Lithosexuality. This is a term that can describe anyone who does feel sexual attraction but does not want it reciprocated in any way.
Okay, you basically have a cuckolding fetish. You want unreciprocated love? Like, I don't understand this generation. I don't.
More asexual micro-labels.
Microaggressions to micro-labels. Okay, I'm listening. I don't think I'm gonna agree, but I'm listening.
So let's talk about reciprosexuality.
So reciprosexuals don't experience sexual attraction unless they know for sure that the other person is attracted to them.
To me, this sounds like somebody that has no self-esteem. Most people love the idea of somebody not being into them. They see it as a challenge. It drives their ego. We all know somebody that's done this, and it's probably one of you, and probably all of us at one time or another. But to me, this is not chasing. This is legitimately low self-esteem. The whole, if I know someone isn't into me, how could I be into them type of thing. To me, that sounds like someone just can't handle the idea of rejection. Does this mean that if nobody ever has a crush on them their entire life, that they will never know what it's like to crush on someone else? Like, they'll never have that experience?
So for reciprosexuals, sexual attraction just isn't something they feel until someone expresses that they're sexually attracted to them. Reciprosexual is an identity on the asexual spectrum, and it can be used in conjunction with other identity labels.
Somebody tweeted this. So they're waiting for someone to walk up and say to them, hello, I am sexually attracted to you. Next time somebody gets jammed up for a catcall, they should simply say, sorry, I was just checking to see if you're reciprosexual. I can't.
I have absolutely nothing wrong with anybody who wants to use those labels. Trixic means a non-binary person who is attracted to women. Toric is a non-binary person attracted to men. But I am neither of those things. And one of the definitions of lesbian is non-men attracted to non-men, which is me. I'm a non-binary person attracted to everything on the gender spectrum except for that little dot right there, which is binary men. The only problem that I have with Trixic and Toric is that there are a lot of turfy lesbians who will use the existence of those labels as a way to say, well, you can't be a lesbian, this fits you better. Which is their way of saying to trans women, you're not a real woman, you don't belong.
Super straight. Okay, this was actually created a while ago in response to the crazy side of the trans movement and, you know, telling people that if they're not attracted to a trans woman or a trans man, then they are transphobic. So basically straight people said, okay, if you're gonna take my label of straight and change what it means, then I'm just gonna create a new micro label. I'm super straight. There it goes.
So you're telling me that sometimes you're only attracted to women, yeah? Yeah. And sometimes you're only attracted to men. Yeah. You've been attracted to trans people. Yeah. Sometimes you're asexual. Yeah. So you're straight sometimes, lesbian sometimes, bi sometimes, and asexual sometimes.
Okay, no. So far, this basically is saying that your sexual orientation can change, which it cannot, and that it can change daily, which it definitely cannot. Let me watch the rest just to like see if I'm wrong.
I'm also guessing that maybe sometimes gender doesn't matter, so maybe sometimes you're pan. Yeah, but I guess that I'm mostly preferenced on what gender I'm most attracted to at that time, rather than people, but I guess I could be attracted to anyone, so hypothetically, yes.
So you're pansexual.
Are you straight, lesbian, bisexual, asexual, or pan? Yes.
No. I can't. I feel like this person seems like they just don't know who the hell they are, and like who does at like 15 years old? This is literally not how sexual orientation works. This is not how any of this works. I think we have one more video on this, by the way, so I want to watch this one.
I'm glad you asked. People who identify as abrosexual are fluid with their sexuality.
Okay, that actually makes sense. Sexuality is fluid, sexual orientation is not. Like, how many videos have I said this in? Probably hundreds at this point. But by this definition of abrosexuality, everybody is abrosexual because everybody technically is fluid in their sexuality. What do I mean by this? Being fluid in sexuality means that depending on the person you are with or your mood at the time of day or how you're feeling or whatever, like what you want to do to that person or to persons or what type of people you want to be with or how you want to be yourself changes. Sexuality is fluid.
What? Like gender fluid, abrosexual friends one day might feel pan, but then the next day they might feel asexual. And a week later, they could just be gay.
And a week later, you could suck a dick. Seriously, sexual orientation is not something you can change. What you can change and what changes is how you express yourself in the bedroom, in personal life and everyday experiences, the way you dress, the way you might act, who you sleep with, the types of relationships you might get into. That is sexuality. That is not sexual orientation. To me, abrosexual seems like basically somebody is pan but has a preference depending on the day, which is normal. Just call it pansexual with a preference certain days. And preferences make sense here because they, depending on the day, what they prefer that day might change and shift a little bit, but they're pansexual. They're open to everything. Procalsexual.
So all my cut the check, bust it out, turn your goofy doubt.
Today's flag is procalsexual. Procalsexual people only feel attraction towards people they're sure they can never be in a relationship with.
Lesbian.
The definition of which is a non-binary person who's attracted to other non-binary people. However, this attraction does not need to be exclusive, as it's meant to unify non-binary people. It's also typically used as an umbrella term, meaning it covers a lot of different labels.
Okay, so it's non-binary people that are attracted to other non-binary people. Did I get that right? Because no, that doesn't make any sense. Literally none of this makes sense, especially because 99% of the time, non-binary people don't even change anything physically, biologically about themselves. Most non-binary people don't get top surgery, they don't go on HRT, they literally just dress differently. And if that was the case, like an ex-girlfriend of mine changed what she wore and I didn't like it, if she was more in like masculine clothes, that means my sexual orientation changed? Like literally no. So does this mean that you're attracted to people when they tell you they're non-binary? Because what if they don't tell you and you don't know and then you're like attracted to them? Do you think that your sexual orientation suddenly changed? Changed? To me this sounds like this person is specifically attracted to people that live a certain lifestyle. Maybe they're attracted to more androgynous people. That makes sense.
This is a term to describe one who has strong desires to perform intimate acts on another, but has no desire to have it reciprocated.
Plasiosexual. Boring. We already have a word for this. It's called touch-me-nots in the lesbian community. That's literally what this means. I've done videos on this. There's a small set of women in the lesbian community that can get off by getting women off. Sounds made up, but I swear to God it's a real thing. Neptunic. What the hell?
Neptunic is a sexuality that describes attraction to women and non-binary people, though it can also be described as attraction to anyone except for men or male-aligned people. The label Neptunic is commonly used by non-binary people, though it can definitely be used by anyone of any gender.
Okay, this literally sounds like an orientation that they created for the simple fact that they wanted to hate biological males who identify as men. Like, it's not nice. It's like sexist with extra steps. The funny thing is that with all these sexual orientations, with all these new ones being created, if anyone critiques them, they will be called a bigot, right? But actual sexual orientations, like lesbian, gay, straight, like those, like, the OG sexual orientation, those mean nothing anymore.
My partner is non-binary. I am non-binary. I am a non-man who is in love with a non-man.
What even is sexual orientation these days?
When straight men have sex with men, they're still straight. It doesn't erase heterosexuality any more than when gay men have sex with women, they're still gay. It doesn't erase their homosexuality.
Honestly, I think we need to truly start breaking down these concepts again for everybody because everybody is super lost. I don't know where people have gone these days, but let's break this down, okay? It's not gay if a straight man another dude. Technically, yes, but number one, sexual orientation is who you are attracted to, not who you have sex with. Let's say I have never had sex with anybody. I am a virgin, right? Does that mean I'm suddenly asexual? No, of course not. Like, I'm still attracted to a certain sex. I'm attracted to certain sex traits and sex characteristics in people. So yeah, technically a straight dude can a gay dude or just another dude in general and still be straight. But if you another dude and you're a dude and you enjoy it, how straight is that really? To me, that's the key. Like, if it's just about getting off, there are sex dolls, there's masturbation, there's plenty of sex toys. I've even advertised tons of them on this channel. Also, these days, there are plenty of women on dating apps that are open to casual sex. Like, there's more of those than people that actually want relationships. Trust me, I'm on every dating app, I know. Honestly, I don't buy this. I think it's just bisexual shaming. I think they might not necessarily be like a 50-50 bisexual, but they might be like 90-10. Still bisexual though. So clearly this video is just a big mosh posh of no one understanding how, even slightly, how to define sexual orientations anymore. Literally, this is my job, and I'm making videos about videos that I've posted, definitions that I posted 12 years ago when I first started making videos. I feel like as a community, we honestly need to come together and start redefining words and really having a good understanding of what this means, because otherwise this is just gonna keep getting worse. Other than that, I will see you guys back here in a few days with a brand new video. Until then, I love you. I'm tired. Bye.